So in our recent survey, what we found is among online consumers who view online video, only 22% actually notice ads alongside the video, and only 37% actually noticed ads that were pre-roll, those that play before a video starts, and only 14% actually noticed ads that were within or after. So there's a couple issues around that. One is that people aren't really paying attention or noticing these ads that are there, but we also have to keep in mind that the primary method for advertising right now are ads that are alongside. We do see some pre-rolls, so it's probably due to a lack of actual inventory in sites around the internet that are providing video without any advertising, so that may play into it. But when we probe a little bit further on attitudes towards video ads, we found that more than half, 52%, actually never even click on an ad associated with online video, and 50% say that video ads alongside the actual video clip are okay, just as long as they're not within. And then 37% actually say that it's okay to have video ads because it keeps the video for free. So the message that we're seeing here, even though we know that 2/3 of video viewers actually ignore the ads or say that they ignore the ads, the real premise here is that consumers don't want ads disrupting the video viewing experience. That may be okay and may be accepted and understood for television viewing, but when it comes to online video viewing, the attention spans are much shorter, the video clips are typically less shorter, so there's much less tolerance for video ads. One of the key things in all this research and in the report that I've just published is that we're seeing similar negative attitudes towards video ads that we do see with normal display ads on the internet. And we've seen that for some time now. There's a little bit more rejection to these types of ads, particularly because the video viewing experience is definitely different than actual reading of content online. So there's definitely a different activity going on there. But I think one of the key things that any company needs to think about, particularly advertisers, is they really need to think like media companies. And what I mean by that is that what they need to do is consider the content, the ad content that they create, rather than doing the traditional method where we've seen with display ads, which is to describe the product and give some basic characteristics of it and try to sell the product. They really need to think more about making content that people are actually entertained by and are interested in watching. And I think we're starting to see some of that. If you look at the Nike soccer site, Joga.com, what they have is an entire site based around the theme of soccer. They've created a community. It was all driven around the World Cup soccer event back in the summer. And really what they did was they used online video to kind of create a portal or a destination for a community of people around a theme that's related to their brand attributes, but they weren't directly trying to just sell shoes. And I think that's the kind of strategy we need to see more of with advertisers. They need to think about it. And I think YouTube is doing a great example of this, where they're testing out their new advertising system. Paris Hilton was the first, and there was some movies that have recently come out where they're getting prime real estate on the YouTube page and creating channels for a brand. And really what YouTube's doing, and I think it's the right way of thinking, at least from the advertiser perspective, is that advertisers need to think like they're members of the community where the site's being, or the video's being viewed, not as kind of a separate thing that's interrupting the process of viewing the actual video. So that's a really important aspect of this that I think is we're going to see going forward. Advertisers are going to be more like media companies.